I like to say Barak Day Howell, Barak Day Howell Shah, Barak Day Howell, Barak Day Howell Shah, Bahashim Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Mawatha Bible, which is death to Babylon, and Lord willingness is edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. The kingdom to come is for Israel, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, the 1/3, the elect of you. And this is Isaiah 61 and 1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the openings of the prisons to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old waste, they shall rise up the former desolation, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. So, hey, the kingdom to come is for the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, man, the elect of Israel. This is what the Lord is preparing the kingdom of heaven for. Even Ezra said what, as it says for this world, going back into the book of Ezra, I believe that 6:54, it says, for this world was made for our sake, right? So hey, the kingdom to come is for who? It's for Israel. So let me get this real quick. This is Revelations 21 and 1, and it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven, which is the first rulership, being under Esau, Edom, and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. So the kingdom and the structure which the earth is built on today, which is under the wicked, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, is going to be destroyed. And a new heaven and a new earth is going to be given under who? Jacob, the seed of Jacob. If you go back to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9, the scripture says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Jacob is going to come into power. The kingdom of heaven is for the children of Jacob, which is the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, the elect of Israel. So let me bring that back. Revelations 21 and 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth was passed away, and there was no more sea. And John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of the heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So let me grab this. This is Revelations 21 and 12. And it says, and I had had a wall. Matter of fact, let me start at Let me start at 9. And it says, and there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And who is the bride? The bride represents Israel, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. The Lord mentioned you as his wife. It says the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of the heaven from the Most High, having the glory of the Most High, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And if you go back into the book of Revelations, the 7th chapter, the scripture says, hold back the four winds, and to the elect be sealed. So the kingdom to come is for who? Israel, the elect of Israel, the 1/3, right? So again, let me get that back. Revelations 21 and 12. And I had a wall, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, man. So let me get this in the book of Second Ezra. This is Second Ezra, Salakia. So this is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 56. And it says, actually, no, that's not what I want. Let's see here, right here. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 52. And it says, for unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom, man. Why? Because the Lord is going to do away with the evil root, and the righteous root is going to come into play. And you can see that on the level right now, dealing with the prophets out in the highways and byways. You know, the men that's out there, you know, starting off with GMS, and those that are under the and those that are teaching the same thing as GMS, you know, other camps out there, you know, are that righteous root, you know. And then you have the wicked root, which is the 2/3, and the nations outside of Israel. So again, the let's grab verse 53. The root of evil is sealed up from you, wickedness, and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled unto hell. Hell is a condition to be forgotten, right? And how is that? You know, the scriptures tell you about the day of doom. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come right back. Let me go to Second Ezra 7 and 43. This is Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 43. And it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality. And immortality is coming for who? The 1/3, the elect. It says, for to come wherein corruption is past. So this wickedness is gonna pass, right? So wickedness is gonna pass, and righteousness is gonna overflow, right? It says, and temperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. And a righteousness is growing now, and truth is showing it's showing as we speak. You know, these words that are coming out of the scriptures are righteousness. You know, the scriptures tell you in what is that, Psalms the 17th chapter. The scriptures tell you that they speak righteous. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'll come back to this Revelations 21. Let me get that. I believe that's Psalm 17. No, that's not Psalm 17. Let me see. Salakia. Give me a second here. Right, so as I was saying, you know, the words that we speak are righteousness. Why? Because they come out of the book. So this is Psalms 35 and 28. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long, man. So let's go back to that Second Ezra. So this is the book of Second Ezra 7 and 43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality, for to come wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at an end, and fidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. It says, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory, man. And who's gonna get that victory? The elect. The elect is gonna get that victory, man. You know, the victory is what? The kingdom of heaven, man. You know, the kingdom of heaven, which is what is set out for Israel, you know. So let's go back to this Second Ezra 8. No, it's not going to be a long video, man. But let me get these scriptures out. Second Ezra 8, and let me start back at 52. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenty is made ready, a city is builded, and the rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom, the root of evil is sealed up from you, wickedness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled unto hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and And in the end is shown the treasures of immortality, man. So this is what's set up for the elect of Israel. This is what's set up for that 1/3, man. It's the kingdom to come. It's the kingdom of heaven, right? So let me grab this Revelations 21 back real quick, and I'll end it from there. So Revelations 21 and 12, like the scripture says, it says, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 gates angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, or of Jacob. You know, you got to always remember that the name Israel referenced Jacob, you know, because going back to, I believe, Genesis, the 32nd chapter, that's why the scripture says the children of Israel, the children of Jacob. So it's always referring back to Jacob's children. I don't know how the hell people don't get that, but that's why it says the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, or the children of Jacob. Clearly that's clearly seen in the scriptures, you know. But you know, it's not meant for everybody to understand. But hey, I like to go ahead and say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work of true sincerity. I like to say Muafla Bible, which is death to Babylon, Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work of true sincerity. I like to say Shalom.